What's up, fellas? It's Haul It All, man. Starting a new YouTube channel. Gonna be kind of, I guess, vlogging my journey from corporate world bullshit to Hotshot, non-CDL starting out. I plan on getting my CDL. First and foremost, man, I start in 2 weeks. I put in my 2 weeks notice today at my current job, where I'm a warehouse manager. COVID's been rough, man. Been working a lot of hours. Been hiring, firing a lot of people, unfortunately. And finally, I just kind of got burnt out, man. Just got burnt out. Trying to do something different. Been looking into Hotshot for a while. Really, what got me interested in Hotshot was the company I currently work at. We spent, I don't know, 15 to 20 grand a week on Hotshots. So it got me kind of looking into it. Once I started digging in a little deeper, I mean, we were using reefer vans, so it wasn't anything like flatbed, kind of like what I'm getting into. But it was definitely a big industry with just reefer vans, and I kind of looked into that. But with me leaving a current food service and eliminating that from one of my potential customers, I decided to go into flatbed. I'm going to lease own with a company that I've been in kind of communications with for, I don't know, probably 2 months, 3 months. Made the leap, bought me a 2017 Ram 2500. Got me, I had to drive to West Virginia to get me a trailer, but I got me a Big Tex 14GN. Got all my paperwork straight this week. It should be, I'm just waiting on my drug screen, my DOT drug screen to come back. As soon as those results come back, I've already got an orientation date set with the company I'm leasing on with. So pretty exciting, pretty nervous. Going from a steady paycheck to to depending on someone else to get me loads, keep me busy. Family's kind of nervous too, me being out of town. I've been working nights at the warehouse job I'm at, so it's not like I spend a ton of time with my family right now anyways. But it's definitely going to be different not being home. I got a little girl; she's 4, so it's going to be tough. But I think with hard work and the amount of hours and stuff I put into my other job with nothing to show for it. Granted, I'm very grateful for the job that I had. It just corporate safety and everything cracking down on warehouse facilities right now is just, oh man. You can't even really do your job, but I'm not going to get into that. This is about my venture into Hotshot. So started out, I had a Toyota Tacoma that I traded in on that Dodge. So I got a good penny for the Dodge. For the Toyota, more than I owed. So I definitely came out ahead on that end. Ended up financing the Dodge, so I'll be paying that payment for the foreseeable future. But to me, the vehicle seems like a revolving door in this business. You're always going to have a truck note unless you do the enterprise rental, which I've looked into, but I've heard there's an extremely long waiting list. Don't want to get into a waiting list whenever I'm trying to start out a company or start out on a new career. So bought the truck. This was something I bought the truck not thinking I was going to get into Hotshot this fast. I bought it thinking maybe I was beginning of next year. Started reading about shortage on trailers that were under, that were rated under 16K or whatever. Since I'm running a 2500, I could have up to 16K on my trailer rating. So started reading up, man. There's a trailer shortage. So found one in West Virginia, Tri-County trailers over in. Hell, don't even give me a line, man. I think it's Beckley, West Virginia. Or if it's not Beckley, it's right outside Beckley. Had to drive 13 hours from Mississippi up there, pick it up, drive back, me and my wife, which we've never been that far north, so we kind of made it an adventure, but it was still a long ride, man. Long ride. Good God Almighty, what a long ride. And that was the weekend that Hurricane Ida hit as well, and there was a lot of traffic. Luckily, we were going against the traffic coming out of South Mississippi and Louisiana. So, But yeah, man, drove up there, got the trailer, pretty decent price. I think I paid right at 12 for the trailer. To my knowledge, I think the rates have gone up on those. So I got lucky. I think I got in right before the rates went up. It's a 2022 brand new. It's got mega ramps. It's a 25 plus 5. So it should do. It's a good starting out trailer. I plan on getting my CDL with this combination, and possibly my next truck being a dually, and doing the whole CDL route. Maybe getting me a 22 GN or something larger. But me being new to the business, I'm not new to transportation, but I'm new to the business. I figured, hey, if I'm new to it, I might as well start small, do non-CDL for a little while I get my CDL. I think I could go get it fairly easy. I think I could pass the test and pre-trip and stuff, since I used to be in transportation management myself. But I just don't want to go get it right now. I just want to focus on getting this started, make sure I'm doing load securement, make sure I'm on the ball, keeping my hours of service in check and everything. And maybe once I shut it down for the evening study for the CDL, make sure I don't have to go take that test twice, and focus on that. That's going to be my focus the first until February. Actually, I give myself before February I'm going to have my CDL, because the new regulations coming out. I think getting a CDL is going to be extremely difficult, and I don't want to go that route. I'm actually trying to avoid that. I looked into going to school for it. I can't take that kind of pay cut. Stevens Transport, I think those guys during training the first 3 months are making, hell, I think I've read somewhere it's $300-$400 a week. I can't live off that. My family can't. I can't do my family that way. So I'm gonna jump out there and try and grind it the only way I know how. So yep, got my truck, got my trailer. Been working with this company. It's been really helpful. I'm not going to put their name out there right now, just because I'm not 100% on yet. But once I get on, go through orientation, get started rolling, I will give y'all that information. Super good company, man. Any questions I've had, because I've been kind of, I guess you could say kind of green, because I know about hours of service, all that, but just the different regulations for CDL and non-CDL sometimes can be a little shaky. So they've been super helpful. Gave me a huge checklist, all kinds of onboarding material, everything I needed, equipment checklist, which I've knocked out. And that kind of leads me into, I'll get into the equipment checklist later, but starting out costs wasn't too bad, considering. I mean, you think about it, you're becoming an owner operator, so you're going to spend money. You can't. There's not many businesses out there where you can just walk in. I mean, unless you, I really don't know. I mean, cutting hair, other small businesses. I'm not knocking those small businesses, but the overhead is not that much unless you own your own. You have to do your own building or whatever. But yeah, the overhead was about expected. I mean, you think I financed the trailer. I would have loved to pay cash, but I've been reading I need to have a emergency stash for maintenance breakdowns. So I'm going to use the money I was going to put down towards the trailer and pay the trailer off for that starting out. Once I start getting a little maintenance fund, then I'll try and double down. I plan to double down on the trailer anyways. Go ahead and get it knocked out because I think the trailer will last. Just depends on your maintenance. Last a long time. Knock on wood. I mean, I could get out there first week and it just everything fall apart. But that's the risk. That's kind of why I'm halfway nervous. Anytime you make a leap like this, I was making good money at my other job, good benefits, good bonus. Just a unfortunate turn in since COVID, man. I mean, I'm not going to I'll get into that while I'm driving one day of why I left my previous job. But right now we're going to focus on startup cost. The road I've kind of had to travel starting out, trying to get started in this business. I know it's not going to be easy. I know I'm not going to make a shit ton of money. I don't plan to make a shit ton of money. I plan to make steady, decent income and stay busy and bust my ass to make a living. I don't expect anything to be handed to me in this business. That's kind of why I went out and, ventured off into it, because I believe a lot of people get into this business thinking it's easy and they don't make it. So I'm thinking if I come in, bust my ass and keep my head down and work hard and try to, earn a reputation, learn, kind kind of being sponge to the owner of the company or whoever wants to mentor me, teach me everything they know, then I think I'll do great. And eventually work up and get my CDL, because I think that's the way it's leaning anyways. I think the government right now, while Biden's in office, I think it's going that way. I think everybody's going to have the CDL if you do interstate commerce. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that I think it's coming. All CDL or interstate commerce drivers are going to have their vaccine. I'm an avid non-vaccine. I'm not doing the vaccine thing right now. I'm not a lab rat, and I don't want to be treated as such. So until I start seeing some people survive and live, a couple years, then I'll probably vouch for it. But I'm not going to be. I don't want to be on the news. Breaking news: man dies from COVID vaccine. But this isn't a COVID video. I could talk all day on that. This is more of a startup cost video. So let's stick to the startup cost. So trailer, truck, I say that's a wash. Truck payment, I'm going to be paying right at $900 a month for 2017, $2,500. Low miles, I think it had 35,000 when I bought it. Made the trip to West Virginia back. It's got around 36 something right now. I actually had 33.5 whenever I bought it. That's right. So paid, reasonable price. I'm not going to go into all that, but that'll be a monthly payment of roughly $900. Then you got the trailer. I only paid down $200 just because the price was $12,200. I paid the $200, financed through our bank, $12. So you're looking at $200. The first payment's coming up in a couple of days actually. So I don't really count that as startup costs, because you're going to pay that regardless. Either you pay up front or you pay it over time. That's kind of a business expense. But the real startup costs come on the equipment checklist. Now, I don't know if I've seen plenty of videos going into what you need for this equipment. Your straps, your chains, binders, tarps. Tarps are super expensive. I never in a million years thought I'd spend what I spent on a tarp. But I followed a lot of advice, and I got a good tarp, 2 of them. Sorry, my neighbor's spraying weeds in his new contraption. But bought a good tarp. Bought Mighty products. I've heard a lot of good things. They're on Amazon. I bought most of my stuff off Amazon. I wouldn't say that it was very cheap. I would say roughly $1,900 to $2,000, $2,200 is what I spent on load securement. That's anything from chains, binders, straps. What else? Edge protectors, fire extinguisher, triangles. Mount for my tablets, just little stuff, man. Once you start getting into it and start thinking about things you need, you could spend a fortune. I had to stop myself a couple times, because I was like, man, I'm gonna spend $2,500 before I even get out the door. And my dad told me that as well. He's like, boy, you're gonna be in the hole. So I kind of stepped back and said, okay, what do I absolutely need to get started? You can start thinking of all these things, because it may change. Go on now. Sorry, Maggie, my dog's, she's getting all excited. She loves beer. But go on now, go. But yeah, you could sit there and buy. Oh yeah, I'll use this, and so forth. But I'm gonna go as far as bedding. I was going to buy a piece of plywood and just lay it on my back seat. I've seen a bunch of people doing that. I'm gonna try the air mattress route the first go round, the first trip out. And see how I like it, because I think that would be pretty similar in height to what a plywood over the seat would be. If it's too high or I feel like it's just not working, I think I'm just going to take the back seats out. We'll use my wife's truck while we're here anyways, more than likely, unless I'm just doing some running or something while I'm home. I don't think I'll need the back seat, but you never know. I might take the daughter somewhere, but yeah, that's the plan right now as far as bedding. I'm going to try not to book any hotels. Maybe on a 34-hour reset, I might. Just depends on how the sleeping situation's going. If I'm just super tired and I can't sleep, on a 34-hour reset, I may go ahead and try and get a cheap room or something just to get some good sleep. But I'm the kind of person, I can sleep anywhere, man. I could probably lay down right here on the porch and nod off if I wanted to. But yeah, it's been a pretty eventful journey so far. Like I said, I put in my 2 weeks today. Super nervous and excited. Kind of feel stress relief because I don't have to worry about my job, and the BS that comes with it. But I know with any job or any time you get into a new career, it's going to be a lot of curveballs, and it's going to be a lot of unexpected events come up and expenses. But I'd like to say that I'm prepared, probably more so than some people, just because luckily my wife is hunkered down on me spending money, and we've saved up a little bit, so I don't feel like I'm in as bad shape as some. But you never know, man. It's always nervous getting out there. But I plan to stay kind of consistent with this channel. I'm not trying to grow and be, huge or make it famous or make a whole lot of money. But I just kind of want to put this kind of content out there for people that are on the same fence as me. You might have a steady paying job, good paying job, but sometimes money isn't as good as peace of mind. And I guess just, I hated going to my job, man. I got to where I hated going to work every day. On Sundays, because I work Sunday through Thursday at night. On Sundays, my wife and daughter are going to church, and I can't go to church. Granted, I'm going to be on the road a lot now, but at least one week out of the month, maybe, I can go to church, and that would be great for just all sorts of reasons. But, that among many other things is why I plan to I'm planning to make this change, and I am going to make this change. I'm kind of committed now. Company wasn't happy, not as happy as I was, because walking out of that place, man, I felt like a weight was lifted off of my shoulders. But I'm sure once I get out there on the road and I find my first load, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna strap or chain it, I'm pretty sure that weight will feel it'll come back. But at least it's something that I can control. I can't control who comes to work. I can't control who's going to quit, who's going to go out on COVID leave, who's going to, I can't control other people, but I can control, what I can control. And in my other job, a lot of people other than myself cause me a lot of stress. I know there's a million people on the road, but as long as you do, drive as safe as possible and take your time and try not to be an aggressive driver, be a defensive driver, I think stuff happens. But we'll see. I'm not going to get all Debbie Downer before I even get started. I'm going to stay optimistic. But this kind of content is going to be for people on the same fence as me, trying to get into something different, trying to provide for their family, trying to change. Maybe I can build something off of this. Who knows? Right now I'm going to focus on driving for the company that I'm going to lease on under, and doing the best I can for them. And then, where that road takes me, I don't know. So, this is going to be my first video. I'm hoping to make a few. It might not be, every week, but I'll probably make another one whenever I start out on my first load. And kind of share my experience with you all whenever I get started. So, if you have any questions for me as far as startup or what something I may have missed. I know I just covered a few small expenses, buying load securement items, the truck and trailer, and then obviously the whole med card. I could make a whole nother video on that, but just startup costs, what you're looking to spend, roughly without truck and trailer. Go on now. You're looking at roughly $2,200 to $2,500 getting started. That's bare minimum. You can spend a whole lot more than that, I promise you. But I kind of tried to go the cheaper route. So, all right. Well, I think that's going to cover it for today. You know what? I'm going to try and make the slogan for this channel. Sorry, my dog is daggone pawing me to death. You call it, we haul it. All right, fellas. See y'all.